Johnny Walker.
He's on!
At the beginning of 1964, radio in this country sounded like this.
Good morning, this is the BBC Light programme. In a moment, a summary of the news and weather. Then, bright and early, half an hour of music, followed at 7 o'clock by more morning music.
And then on Easter Saturday, 1964, blasting out from a ship on the North Sea, came Britain's first and most famous pirate station, Radio Caroline.
You're tuned to Radio Caroline on 199, England's first commercial radio station and your all-day music station.
So there's no more token light program pop for a few days at the weekend. No more fading Radio Luxembourg in the evening. Now youth had the Beatles, Stones, long hair, Carnaby Street clothes, and for the first time, their very own radio station. Many of the household names we know today started with the Pirates, people like Tony Blackburn, John Peel, Kenny Everett, and Emperor Roscoe.
Titty poppers and finger poppers, we're going to do the thing right here with the Emperor Roscoe on Caroline South. Emperor Roscoe da Gama, first American discoverer, like destroyer, destroyer. Ah, brush your teeth, Roscoe!
It wasn't easy running a station on the high seas, and there were many near disasters. In January 1966, the Caroline boat, the Mi Amigo, dragged its anchor in a raging storm and ended up aground on the Essex coastline. The then Labour government, of course, didn't take too kindly to this anarchy of the airwaves, especially when Caroline was joined by other stations, some on ships, some actually using old wartime forts that were standing outside territorial waters.
You're hearing things.
You're hearing things.
On Wonderful Radio London.
Caroline was joined by radios London, 270, Radio Scotland, Britain Radio, Radio England. Despite the incredible popularity of pirate stations, the government eventually decided to introduce new laws to close them down. One by one, stations went off the air. Caroline, being the first, decided to continue, and at 12 midnight on August the 14th, I had the honor of making this announcement to an audience estimated in the region of 25 million radio listeners.
This is Radio Caroline. It is now 12 midnight. As we enter this new phase in our broadcasting history, you naturally have our assurance that we intend to stay on the air because we belong to you and we love you. Caroline continues.
Going back in time on the sounds of the nation, it's the Caroline Flashback.
In March of 1968, Caroline suddenly went off the air when the station was boarded and towed to Holland. The lady, as she's often referred to, sat in the harbour for a while, eventually was bought, went back on the air, but sadly the Mi Amigo sank in March of 1980.
Well, we're sorry to tell you that due to the severe weather conditions and also to the fact that we're shipping quite a lot of water, we're closing down and the crew are at this stage leaving the ship. Obviously, we hope to be back with you as soon as possible. From all of us, for the moment, goodbye and God bless.